morning to everyone. Thank you, Mark, for having us all here this morning. Also like to acknowledge Ambuja, who organized all this but couldn't be here this morning. Karma is a funny thing, I think, sometimes. We plan one thing and something else happens. We often read, man proposes, God disposes. And Mark talked about the Guru. And I would say I spent the first 20 years of my life in Baba's company. And I'm not sure now, 25 years later, if I still understand what happened in those 20 years, what we received, what transpired, what has taken place in our lives. We read the Guru Gita, we study many scriptures that talk about the Guru. And most importantly, all scriptures, the Gurus tell us that this entire process of the Guru-disciple relationship remains a very mysterious process. And Baba himself often talked about his own relationship to his Guru, Bhagwan Nityananda, what happened, what he received, and the sadhana and the process that he went through. I think one thing all of us acknowledge and feel, that life is full. We find life complete, having received this grace in our life and allowing that through the process of chanting, meditation, and the sadhana Baba gave to blossom. The day Baba took Samadhi, he came, he reminded everyone that the only way to experience and attain what he talked about was to be diligent and to do our practice, our sadhana daily. Because he knew that it is easy for the mind to wander away, for the mind to get lost, and the only way is to keep that mind occupied. We're sitting here in a Sri Krishna temple. We just did a Krishna chant, and our priest also is a Vaishnava priest, believes in the existence of Lord Krishna and his antics. Talking about the mind and the Maya, a story comes to mind that Narada once asks Lord Shri Krishna, what is Maya? Of course, we are all surrounded by it, yet none of us ever thinks that I'm touched or surrounded by Maya. In the Mahabharata, a question is asked, what is the most surprising thing that you see on earth? And Yudhishthira answers, the fact that someone dies every day, yet everyone lives as if he or she is immortal. We always think that he will die, she will die, but one never thinks, I will die. So Narada asks Sri Krishna, what is Maya? I hear about Maya. What is Maya? So Krishna says, well, let's go for a walk. And probably came to Venice Beach on a Sunday afternoon. I walked on this beach once, so I know what it's like with all that goes on. I don't know now, this was probably some 20 years ago. And when they came and all that which was going on, Lord Krishna said to him, Narada, I am thirsty. I would like a glass of water. So Narada says, no problem. So he goes, it's a story from the old days, so he goes to the well where the women are drawing water. And when he comes to the well, he sees a beautiful woman. And he asks, will you marry me? The woman says, okay. So Narada gets married. He has children and goes on living his life. He forgot that he had actually come to the well to get water because Lord Krishna was thirsty. And so He's living there, his wife, his children, life is going on. And one day, like we've been having floods in different parts of the world, a flood comes to their village, their town. And as everything is being carried away in the floods, Narada gathers his wife, his children, his belongings, and wishes to get away so that they don't drown or die in the floods. As they are crossing the river, which is already strong currents, he loses a child, he loses another child, slowly his wife goes away. He loses everything into the river. The only one left is himself. And all of a sudden, he sees in front of him the form of Krishna again. And he says, "Where's my wife? Where are my children? They drowned. They were carried away in the water." Lord Krishna says, "Narada, I only sent you to get me a glass of water. What wife? What children?" Narada says, "What do you mean? I had a wife, a beautiful woman at the well that I met. My children that I had with her." And the Lord says to him, "But Narada, what? You were just with me some time ago. You went to get me water, remember?" And all of a sudden Narada remembers. And then he asks Sri Krishna, he says, "So what was all that?" And Krishna tells him, "Remember you asked me a question, what is Maya?" He said, "That was the answer to your question. That which is not is Maya." So we all live in this world of Maya, and the Guru, like Sri Krishna, shows us that live in there, but remember not to allow yourself to get caught in it. Remain free from it. Be a witness. And to me, the teachings of the Guru, of the sages, tries to help us, show us how to be in all of this, yet free of it. Baba's Guru Bhagavad Nityananda says, to live like the seed of the cashew fruit. We all eat cashew nuts. But very few of you might have seen the fruit. Most seeds are inside of fruit, are part of the fruit. But the cashew nut remains outside. Though attached to the fruit, it is not in the fruit, it is free of the fruit. So Bhagavan Nityananda would say, live in the world, but not so lost, so caught in it, that you're not able, like Narada, to see what is going on around you. Let the Maya not envelop you so much that you cannot have the vision, the understanding to see the divinity, to see the truth. But we live in an age, in a time where I think Maya surrounds us constantly and at all times. The Guru tells us, the Guru wishes to show us, here we tell the Guru, wait a minute, I'm not ready yet. One of the older Swamis I met in his book writes a story that a person comes up to him and shares with him the problems he faces in life and all of the trouble he has at home. And the Guru Swamiji says to him, come live with us in the ashram. And the man says, what do you mean? Leave my home and family? Swamiji said, I'm just simply offering you a solution to the problem you talked about. That if you come live in the ashram, maybe you'll have peace. He said, but I don't want to leave home. So this is what happens. We come to the Guru. The Guru wishes to show us, explain to us that divinity, that truth, that which exists within our own being, yet our mind, our ego, caught in the play of the world of this life, is not quite sure how it wants to become free. But the grace of the Guru allows us slowly over time, through the practice of chanting, meditation, the various sadhanas, contemplation, to be able to live a life that is free, a life that is detached, a life that we can be a witness, observe all that which is going on, and yet not be caught in it. As we celebrate this 100th birthday of Baba, this 25th Mahasamadhi also that we'll celebrate this October, we'll remind ourselves that really what we want to celebrate is the experience of truth, of divinity that we receive from Baba, the experience of the Shakti, that energy that he gave to each and every one of us. And different people, according to their destiny, according to their karma, experienced that Shakti in different ways. The main thing Baba thrusted upon us, or reminded us again and again, that it is direct experience within each and every one that is what is most important. And today, as we think about what is it that is with me, that remains with me, what remains is that direct experience that we experienced in his company, that we continue to experience today as we follow the practices, as we live the life as he showed us. As I've traveled, I tell people often that when I think about what is it that we have received from Baba, and I realize we received a good lifestyle. There are many people who teach people how to live, and I think in his own way, he taught everyone how, as a human, as a person in this body, one should live. He taught us to get up each day, to chant, to meditate, and to do the work throughout the day while remembering God, while thinking of God, by repeating the mantra, and to always try and use whatever time possible to talk about God, to talk about why have I come, what is the purpose of my life, and to end the day again by chanting and meditation. And as he advised different people who said, I don't meditate, can't meditate, it's difficult to meditate, he would always say, just sit in your bed each night, do japa, repeat the mantra, and as you go to sleep, instead of the mind having thoughts, instead of mind being lost in all of the various thoughts, let it focus upon God. Then as you lay down and go to sleep, the mind repeats the mantra. So hopefully when you wake up, it is not other things that have happened, but you've had a peaceful night of sleep, and you've thought of God throughout the night, so that when you wake up, the very first thought is of God, because you went to sleep with the mantra, you wake up with the mantra. I often say the Baba had one medication for all ailments, do japa. Because for him, that was the best thing, practice any one of us could do. But sometimes people didn't like this answer, because they thought it was too simple. They wanted more complex solution to their problem. Just chanting God's name. You go to Krishna temples all over the world, you'll find all that happens is chanting. You heard the priest, he chanted different hymns to different gods to seek their blessings, and also to allow the mind to become focused upon that divinity, upon that truth. So no matter who came, what they asked, Baba always said to them, do the mantra, repeat the name, chant the name of God, do japa. So it is said, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Mayeva Kevalam, Kalo Nastyeva, 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 Gatiranyatha. In this age of Kali, in this time that we live, it is the name, it is the name, it is the name. It is chanting that is the best medicine to go across this ocean of worldliness, to become free of this Maya. So unlike Narada, may we not get caught in it. We don't need to drown in order to find out that I'm caught in Maya, that the grace of the Guru allows us, before we are caught in it, to become aware of who I am and what I am.